Live. Yeah.
Lucky winner, and then we have about I think more than uh, 20, 30 names that have been actively liking and sharing our Facebook Live. All right. Thank you so much for your kind support. And thank you to A3 Vesters, our learners, especially at our center. So let's begin this evening. First and foremost, very good evening. My name is Sharin, and on behalf of A3 Vest Private Limited, we'd like to thank you for your time and your presence this evening, whether you are at home, whether you are probably on your way back home, listening to us, watching us live on Facebook, and wherever you are, right? So, most importantly, you get a chance to listen first before you make your decision, your choice to sign up for our A3 Vest Foundation course. So, what is A3 Vest? A3 Vest is a learning center, as we believe that we like to share with as many as possible, you out there, for you to acquire knowledge in financial literacy. So we believe in the three principles of the A, right? Acquiring, aptitude, and altitude. It's very important for you to acquire knowledge in financial literacies because it is where you can learn how to grow your wealth, make your savings work harder for you, and then from then on, after you have acquired your knowledge, you can apply it to your aptitude in life, for you to generate more income, for you to generate extra income, however you want to view it or see it. And then from then on, we believe strongly that you can change your altitude in your lives or in our lives or in my life, for that matter. So these are the three A's, principles in what we believe in and the values that we like to provide you and everyone who shares the same values that we have here at A3 Vest. Now, why do we do what we do? Is because of these actual reasons, which is scams, fraud, theft, reading the dangers that's happening, throughout the world and almost everywhere in our lives, right? So we believe that a lot of us have been scammed in our efforts to try and earn more profits or earn extra income every one of us have these dreams that we want to live a more comfortable life. We want to live a financial free life, um, and provide for our families, our loved ones, right? So however, there are times, whether it's online or whether it's offline, which is real life, that we try our very best not to be scammed, but we got scammed, right? So this is the very same reason why we at A3Vest is doing what we're doing, which is actually to teach, guide, and share with you on or for you on how you will not be able to get scammed anymore. All right, and on how to understand what are the many platforms out there who are actually scamming people out of your money. So why it's important for you to understand not to be scammed and stop whatever you have probably gone through in your lives before this because of the scams and the frauds is because of the money problems, right? So when we have money problems, we definitely have some kind of mental health problems. And it is stated here very much that increased stress, worry, and anxiety about financial health, right? Difficulty in probably managing our finances, like loss of income, increased spending, finding it hard to budget, right? So all this will lead to a more unhealthy lifestyle, probably more difficulties that we face, and then one thing will lead to another, and so on and so forth. So we believe very much that in helping or in assisting wherever we can, especially in the field of financial platforms. Financial stress, as you can see here, with the ones in the reds are the high levels of financial stress, and then the ones in the white, much lesser financial stress. So whether you're in the white or in the red, you will probably have some kind of financial stress. However, it's the percentage that will determine the kind of stress level that we have in our lives. All right, so it will lead to other factors like migraines, headaches, insomnia, not sleeping well, high blood pressure, stomach aches, heart attacks, muscle tension, and severe anxiety, as well as severe depression. Right. So this is what's happening all over the world, and around us, whether it's to us or our loved ones or the people that we know and the people that we care. So it's very important and very essential for us to have some kind of financial knowledge. All right. I used not to believe in this, but I am one that have been transformed to first and foremost to understand and then learn in the past few months on how I can achieve better finances in my life. That's talking from a personal point of view, from a personal experience. When I have first been approached by A3Vest to come forward and be part of the team, so that we can extend our invitation to you as well. Investment in knowledge pays the best interest. I am a believer now, right? So before, I probably don't think that it's necessary. It's just go out and work and find money and try to make money, but we don't make money, right? So we literally earn money because of whatever situation that we are in, and because we want to provide for our loved ones, for our wife, for our spouses, for our children, and try to get out of the rat races in our lives. So that is the very same reason why we believe that having the right financial knowledge will determine whether we will succeed in our life in terms of financial platforms, and in terms of bettering our finances. We need to know which quadrant that we are in at this point in time of our lives, right? Whether we're an employee, self-employed, a business owner, or investor. However, even if you are an employee, self-employed, or business owner, we need to have this mindset of an investor, because an investor actually put in the money and savings that will make more money and savings because we make our money work harder for us. All right. So as an employee, we probably work hard, but we have to trade our time for that specific amount of money each month. And then self-employed, more hours means more money. Lesser hours means lesser money. And for business owners, it's all the time 24/7 thinking on how to grow the business and thinking of what's this and what's that's what makes employees happy, and how best to try and meet the expectations. And there's so many factors that will need to be applied as a business owner. Therefore, we strongly believe, even though you're an employee, self-employed, or business owner, we all need to have an investor mindset. How to earn extra income online? I believe most of us would by now, after so many years, understood and probably understand or probably trying to learn of how to earn extra money or extra income online, right? So in this article that I'm sharing with you, they have compiled the best list of that will teach you how to earn extra income. And you also have a lot of freedom when it comes to where you work. And when you work, if you take the route of full-time online income, right, as discussed below, which you can find this article or many articles online on Google and stuff like that. The methods discussed are both realistic and legitimate, and pretty much anyone can do them, right? So anyone can do them. Right? This is exactly why we believe that at A3Vest, anyone can be a trader, especially a cryptocurrency trader, because it is one of the most easiest entry level point of entry for you to start your journey in bettering your finances, and especially for you to become a trader, to trade into various financial platforms. We want to share with you now some of our proven track records that we have acquired from March 2021, because that's when A3Vest was incorporated. And in the last 9 months, we have thousands of trade histories that we would love to share with you, but we can't do that tonight, especially during our preview, because we want to try to keep it short and sassy, as long as you understand what you will get when you sign up with us for our A3Vest Foundation course. We like to share this A3Vester. We like to call them A3Vesters because they are, learners, students who sign up for the A3Vest Foundation course, and because they have made a decision to be an investor or investing as an investor mindset, right? So that's why they are called A3Vester, right? So this A3Vester, Mr. Dali, made a USDT $832.70, which is about 88% of his capital in one day, in 24 hours. As you can see, on the 12th of December, he bought the CWA token and selling it on the 30th of December at 2.35 per token. Buying it at 1.25 per token, selling it at 2.35 over a 24 hours, a one-day period, making a profit of $832.70. And Mr. Dali is not very tech savvy. Learned his trades after a few weeks, I would say within 1-2 months, became more confident, started his trade, and then became more confident, more and more confident in doing his trading, and ultimately reaching his goal, which is making quite a good profit. Another A3Vester who started back in October, all right, first week of October 2021, right, and after a couple of weeks trading, becoming more experienced, more gung-ho, if you want to say so, you can see making it a more than 88% actually, or less than 88%, which is about 43.59%, USDT $1,020 in 38 minutes. And how did he do that? Because he understood and he had strengthened his fundamentals in understanding how to trade cryptocurrency. As you can see here on the 13th of December 2021, buying the same token, which is CWA, at 1.17 and then selling it at 1.68, right? So over 38 minutes, he made $1,020 or USDT. Another A3 Vester, Fritz, left the F there, right? Testimonial bought in the Polkadot or the DOT, and over a 4 days period made a USDT $409, which is about 40.9% profit from his capital that he bought in on the 24th of May. As you can see here, he bought in DOT with his capital of USDT 1000 and then selling it on the 24th of May, not selling all, right? This is one strategy that we also will teach you and guide you on how you can achieve this. And then selling another piece or another percentage of his DOT tokens on the 28th of May. And then overall, over this 4 days period, he actually made a USDT $409, which is equivalent to his 40.9%. Mr. Kamaru's testimonial, making 100%, right? 100%. Bought on the 23rd, sold on the 25th. Over 2 days, he made USDT $495. Right? It's possible. It is possible. It is definitely possible to do 20% a month. Definitely possible to do probably up to 100% or more. It depends on very much you as an investor or you as a trader. And the frequency that you put into trading cryptocurrencies. Another investor bought in the Matic token, made a 77.78% over 4 days, making a USDT $3,111. These are all trade histories, trading cryptocurrencies, as you can see here, and these are all real trade histories from real people, real A3 investors, real learners who took up our challenge for them to learn how to trade cryptocurrencies. Another A3 investor bought in the Shiba and Akita. These are two tokens that we're talking about over multiple times, as you can see here in the next slide. Okay, Shiba USDT 1000 and Akita USDT 1000. These are the capitals that is a particular A3 investor put in or invested. And then over multiple trades, sold, bought and sold on the 8th of May, 10th of May, and 16th of May, and equivalent to 3 weeks profits of trading Shiba and Akita, and made a USDT $5,605, which is about multiplication of profits 2.8 times. Now, we'd like to share with you our A3Vest roadmap and how you and I can get out of our rat race. Firstly, stand up. Begin your cryptocurrency or learning journey into financial literacies by setting up our A3Vest Foundation course. It's only $198, and we believe we are one of the lowest cost-free facilitators in Singapore, if not probably out there in the market. And with this foundation course, you can already start trading well. Why? Because you will begin to understand, you will begin to have a deep knowledge and fundamentals, strengthening the fundamentals into how you can trade cryptocurrency. And what is cryptocurrency? It is a digital currency that is here to stay and definitely be growing as more market demand and supply that comes out. Back in probably about 2009, 2008, there were only about a couple of tokens in the world. Right now, there are more than 5,000 tokens available on various exchanges all over the world. And then once you begin your cryptocurrency journey, once you begin you have completed your class, it is one-time payment of $198 for the foundation course and unlimited time of attendance that you can enjoy. Right? You will need to be coming to class on the very first day because we need you physically in class for us to teach you and guide you and share with you on how you can open exchanges and then make verification of your accounts and then learn more deeply about the foundation course and the foundations and fundamentals of cryptocurrency. And subsequently, you can come back again and again and then do the practical part of trading as well as doing it over Zoom, and you are doing it in a community of A3 Vesters that we have here in A3 West, and then you'll be put into exclusive Telegram groups as well as exclusive WhatsApp groups for you to learn more and ask questions, things that you don't understand, queries, and learn from other people as well. So you are not trading alone, you are trading with the people, the community that we have here at A3Vest, right? So you can start with a minimum capital of $100 USD, all right? So the entry level is actually USD $10, all right? USDT 10. However, we will always advise our A3 investors, our learners to start with USDT 100 and probably USDT 1000, because you will see the difference in why you put in 100 and why you put in 1000. All right. And then from there, as you begin to make money, you begin to make extra income, you probably want to look at starting your stocks and shares journey, because by then you would have to fork up. You would have to invest about $10,000 to $50,000 before you realize that you enjoy better profits, or quite stable profits on a yearly basis, or dividends, if you like to call them, on a yearly basis, right? So stocks and shares will require a higher amount of capital as compared to starting your journey into cryptocurrency. And then leveraging on another upskill, or bringing your altitude to another level, whereby you invest into properties, whether being it residential, industrial, or co-living. And then this is where you will require a minimum of 50,000 and 100,000 USD for you to start your property journey. Before we go there, right? So take baby steps, take small steps, and learn the various financial platforms available to you, and then how you can have multiple source of income before we can enjoy our passive income, and then leading to financial freedom. We also like to introduce to you our project here from our parent company, which is MDG. It's pronounced as MDG, AMDG, Asset Management Digital Group, whereby we are on the process of building up a digital bank. And by then, we will be inviting you to place or deposit your digital assets in our MDG bank, and then earn reasonable yield or returns on an annual basis. By then, when you have done all those, we believe the roadmap for you is to lead you to the passive income and earn your passive income through multiple stream of investing models, and obviously making multiple stream of income. Right. So this is the roadmap that we promise each and every one of our A3 investors to achieve. Obviously, it has to be over a period of time, and the roadmap that we are placing here is about 3 to 5 years of your time. All right. So you need to make the decision. You need to make a choice whether you want to change your financial situation now or later. This is what you will be expecting when you sign up for our foundation course, which is $198. And the modules will be module 1, which is basic fundamental of investing, followed by module 2, blockchain basic. Right. So these are the breakdowns that you can see here. You probably can read, and then you can know more, or if you'd like to inquire more, please don't be shy to ask questions. Please don't be shy to PM us or DM us over on our social media platforms, over on Facebook, over on page. We'll be more than glad to answer you. We'll be more than glad to guide you on how you can start your cryptocurrency journey. There are various strategies. There are various understanding of styles in terms of investment into various financial platforms, right? So what we like to assist you is for you to understand your style, your risk profiling, whether you're low risk taker, high, medium risk taker. It all depends on you and your capital. We like to listen to you. How much capital are you willing to park? And we also advise that this has to be a capital that you do not need to utilize very soon. It should be an extra income. It should be extra money that you have. It doesn't matter whether it's 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. It really depends on you. And then your returns of investment. How much returns are you looking at? What's your target per month? 20%, 10%, 50%? And then we will guide you accordingly, because each and every individual of you have a different perspectives of how you want to enjoy your profits, of how you put a goal or target monthly based on your comfort zone, right? And then the time horizon, you've got to give it time. It doesn't happen overnight. That's definite. We can assure you it will not happen overnight. You've got to give it time, right? So choose your style, whether you're a speculator, whether you're an investor. Know yourself, very important, before you know what the market is all about, before you know how you can achieve your kind of profits that you want to achieve. Understanding your strategies, DCA, dollar cost averaging. This is very important, where we share with you how you can achieve DCA. Value investing, growth investing, small capital or small cap investing. So some of the strategies that we will share with you until you become very experienced, until you become very confident, and then becoming an experienced trader specifically into cryptocurrency trading. This is something you can find over the net. You can always visit coinmarketcap.com and understand how many tokens are there in the world. And these are the top 10 tokens which I gathered sometime back about 6:30 p.m., I guess. So as you can see on the right hand side of your screen, actually the charts or the graphs or the candles, if you can see, and it's a very volatile, up and down market. In red means it's on the down, green is on the up. And Bitcoin and Ethereum has always been the top two tokens of the world, right? So we have also Binance up there. In 2017, maybe some of you don't know, maybe some of you know, in 2017, when Binance was very, very early as a token, came out, it was very, very low. And within 3 and 4 years now, it's about $500. Bitcoin back in 2009, or just before 2009, it was less than 10 cents. Now it's about 48,000. It went up to as high as $69,000 USD. And Ethereum as well started very low, and went as high as 4,000, almost touching the $5,000 mark. So these are the top 10 coins or tokens that have performed very well in the last couple of hours or even couple of days. This is an extraction of, if you do not trade, or if your extra money is lying just in your banks as part of your savings or even your fixed deposits, how much can you earn? Right. So it's lesson summary on banking and expansion of the money supply. And money is created when the government prints it, right? That's what we all believe, and very much happening all over the world. So that's only partially true, because banks create money too. And how do banks create money? Because banks don't literally print their own currency. Say for some banks in Scotland. So how do banks create money? All right, so there is an article, you can Google it and understand very much how banks work and how they make money out of our money. All right, so the best fixed deposit rates in Singapore as of December 2021, as you can see here, is CIMB, offering you a 0.8% per annum. I think the highest will be Hong Leong Finance, 0.9% per annum. But obviously, you have to put in your money in your fixed deposits, $20,000 minimum, over a tenure of 36 months. For CIMB, minimum $10,000 over a tenure of 18 months. Then you can enjoy your 0.8%. All right, and then you have all the various other banks offering you the minimum deposit amount in fixed deposit, and then enjoying the kind of interest or dividends. But it's very much more interest rate actually. 0.6% per annum, and so on and so forth, right? So what if you take this out and put into your own account in cryptocurrency trading, right? So we do not trade for you. We do not take your money and trade for you. What we do here at A3Vest is actually to give you a course or teach you, share with you, and guide you on how you can become a trader in cryptocurrency trading, and you using your own capital, making your own profits based on your own targets. So that's what we do here. So take out your phones, screenshot this or scan this QR code, and then help you to understand your risk level better, whether you're a low risk taker, low to medium, medium to high, or medium risk taker, or even whether you're high risk taker. Okay, take a while, scan this QR code. This is free anyway for you. And if you have any questions, please do ask them in our comment sections. We'd love to hear from you. Let me just check this out. Or again, if you are shy and don't want to ask questions here during our Facebook Live, you can do so by sending to our page, sending it through PMs or DMs. Okay, so feel free to ask us anything pertaining to cryptocurrency, as well as pertaining to any financial platforms or advisors into any financial literacies. Next, we would like to invite you to like and share our Facebook page. Right, please scan here, and then if you have not invited your families or your friends, please do so. Please assist us to let or allow them to know about us. Right, A3Vest Private Limited over at Facebook, www.facebook.com/A3Vest. And then there are news that we share over on a daily basis. Also, we share trade histories of new people trading. The amount is really not relatively something that we're looking for. It can be a very small amount of profits, but most important is they get the gist of trading cryptocurrency. And we like to encourage people, it's okay to make even USDT $1 or USDT $5 or whatever the amount, right? So we always look at the percentage of their performance making the profits, because remember, when you put in your money into your savings account, into your fixed deposits, you're probably just enjoying 0 point something percent per annum. So if you put it into cryptocurrencies and you trade yourself, you can enjoy up to 20% per month. And then if you, by now, or whoever have invited you to listen to us, becoming interested in signing up for our foundation course, you can make your pay now. You can straight away register with us over at A3Vest Private Limited. These are all our bank details and our UEN. We are a registered Singapore company since March 2021. And then you key in your username as well, your email, and someone will definitely be responding to you, replying to you within the office hours. And also, telling you when are the dates for our foundation course. It usually happens or takes place on every Saturdays from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. But because of this Saturday and next Saturday being the public holiday, we have shifted our foundation course over on a weekday night and broken it up into 2 days. Instead of a day, we've broken it up into 2 days, and then followed by inviting you back for our practical lessons and practical course over on every Tuesdays and Thursdays happening at A3Vest. Here's the deal. This is your last chance to enjoy a chance, or if you're a new A3Vester, to enjoy 5 chances. All you need to do is just like and share. this Facebook Live, and you probably can go back to all the Facebook Live that we have done for the last 4 weeks or so, or since the beginning of December 2021. And just like and share them, and then you have plenty of chances for you to win yourself a USDT 100, right? So today is the last day for you to do so. So please like and share, and then you'll probably be the lucky winner tomorrow when we come live on Facebook and announce the lucky winner of USDT 100. All right. So I've come to the end of our preview, our crypto night. Thank you so much to all of you who have listened, tuned in, and then being with us on this Facebook Live. Again, we'd like to invite you, if you do have any questions, if you do have any queries, please don't be shy. Please just ask us, PM us, DM us. We'll be there to answer you as soonest as possible. Very important as well is for you to share with your families, with your friends, with your loved ones, for this opportunity for them to get on board and start learning how to trade cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is definitely here to stay. As you probably have come across news, Binance have gone into Dubai, and a lot of countries have adopted cryptocurrencies as digital currencies. A lot of corporations, companies are paying their employees salaries through cryptocurrencies, and it is gaining popularity over the years. And in the next 10 years or so, cryptocurrency is here to stay. Right? Cryptocurrency is definitely going to be the currency being made as part of the payment solutions. And the rest of the digital world, which we're talking about, the NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are gaining popularity as well. The metaverse, people are buying properties in metaverse, in Decentraland, and all these are part of this digital age, digital transformation and world, where we strongly believe that it is a time for you to pick up this knowledge and enjoy as much profits as possible during these years of transformation. So by the time it has become a norm, we believe that you will not be enjoying 20% or even up to 100% of profits anymore, because it then will become very stable, no more volatility in the cryptocurrency market, and you probably just be enjoying about 3 to 5% or 5 to 8% per annum. Take this opportunity, sign up now, learn how to trade cryptocurrency, and join our A3Vest community or A3Vesters. All right. So on behalf of A3Vest, thank you so much. Very good evening to you. Take care. Take care of your health, and then drink lots of water, and sleep early, exercise, do all you can to take care of your mental health, especially in your financial health. Right. So till I see you tomorrow or on our Facebook Live announcing the lucky winner of USDT 100. I'll see you when I see you. All right. So take care. Bye bye.